Later this week, the House Ways and Means Committee will begin work on the president's $3.5 trillion bill. The committee will tackle the tax portion of the bill, including SALT cap deductions, capital gains, corporate tax rate. Joining us now with his thoughts on the president's bill and what we can expect in committee later this week, Texas Representative Kevin Brady. He's the lead Republican on the Ways and Means Committee, and we love having you on, Kevin. And when I'm here, I'm usually going and nodding. I just want to put you on notice. Andrew's back. Okay, so I don't know what kind of, I don't know what you're going to be saying today, but I just want to let you know he's here. He's going to be listening. All right, so let's start with it.
I didn't sleep all night. Just a wreck.
Democrats' vision. This is New York Times. Democrats' vision for aid, cradle to grave. Cradle to grave. So that's, I don't need to explain what that means, but in the first paragraph, the most significant expansion of government since the 60s, devising legislation that's going to touch every American's life from conception to aged infirmity. I mean, why go small? So that's the plan. What's weird is, you got 50-50 Senate, so it's not like the American people said, God, go for it, and then very narrow margin in the House. What will actually, what is possible out of the $3.5 trillion? What do you really think, when you heard Manchin, what do you really think that they're going to present when it's all said and done? Will it be two? Will it be $1.5 trillion? $1 trillion?
Yeah. So great question, Joe. I don't have the answer. I've given up predicting where this Democrat House will go. I did note, I think most of us did, that the White House made it clear they believe Senator Manchin, their word is persuadable. They're moving full steam ahead. And certainly in the House, I think on the Ways and Means Committee, you could easily see over $3 trillion of tax hikes. And much of what you described in spending, which I would say is the largest expansion of the welfare state in most of our lifetimes. And I worry actually create a new era of dependency on government, one we actually moved away from under President Bill Clinton. I think you're going to see both of those in big ways, certainly in the House.
Some of the new ideas, taxing, are you okay with taxing stock buybacks? Why would that be?
No, that makes no sense at all.
How would that harm? Why would that not be an easy thing to do?
Yeah, so there's three big issues here. One, this is by raising the business rates by a third, I think we're creating an economic surrender to China, Russia, Europe, Canada, and others. Secondly, a lot of these tax increases are going to land on small businesses. And third, the president clearly breaks his pledge on taxing those below $400,000. But I also believe punishing stock buybacks makes no sense. Look, we want businesses to invest, whether it's in their workers, new equipment, technology, expansion. Sometimes their best investment strategy at the moment is to buy back those stocks. There's nothing wrong with it. That actually helps, I think, sort of shore up our part of our retirement system, because a lot of families have big stakes in the success of these businesses and their stocks.
How about capital gains? How about capital gains? What do we get for the preferred treatment of capital gains? How are we sure that that's not something that we could raise revenue from that would not have unintended negative effects?
Raising the capital gains is literally maybe the dumbest economic move of all those. And I'm not a big fan of any of them, but there's a reason we have a lower rate there, because when you and I earn $1 after we pay taxes, there's only three things you can do with it. You can consume it, you can save it, or you can, the riskiest thing, invest it. It is the most pro-growth action you can take as a person and as an institution. It drives growth in major ways. We have in our tax code what I would call an investment infrastructure. It's a pretty smart one. It drives investment at the local level in meaningful ways. The president and the White House is targeting 4 or 5 of those elements. You can have disagreements about them, but whether it's capital gains or like-kind exchanges or any of these issues, it is still driving investment. I don't think it makes sense, especially as we're trying to move our way. We're not through this economic recovery by any means, and I think the August jobs report, there was more than just COVID behind those bad numbers.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.